disrupt traditional products and services. As an emerging economy, India is witnessing the growth of entrepreneurship like never before and is therefore ensuring that entrepreneurship is embraced as a career choice by the youth. This session is an effort in the direction of bringing awareness towards the growing entrepreneurial ventures as well as to equip the younger generation towards making their career option as entrepreneurship. And today, Dr. Ravinder Singh, who is presently a civil servant in modernizing technology and program manager with the Cabinet Office, Central Digital and Data Office, London. He has a successful background of 24 plus years in IT, digital consulting and transformation, AI, ML, Internet of Things and blockchain standard, assurance and audits, cyber and information security. He also has the experience of project management with budgets up to $95 million with broad C-level experience in both public and private sectors, including CMMI level 5 companies, World Bank, UK, Thailand, Uzbekistan, Colombia, Rwanda, India, and other governments and defense, B.Voc consulting, BFSI, software houses, R&D, telecom, and oil and utility sectors. So you name it and he knows it. He also has proven capability and track record of forming strong partnerships with stakeholders to develop and implement various programs or process change, information security, e-learning and trainings which support key organizational objectives. He has also demonstrated flexibility in adapting quickly to the new environments and its challenges, establish credibility quickly and successfully to achieve business or IT goals. Sir has 2 copyrights of software in his own name and has published 14 research papers and has also been the keynote speaker in various international conferences. He had also been nominated for the National Award, Shri Devang Mehta Award for Innovation in Information Technology 2003 by the Ministry of Communications and IT, Government of India. He has completed his PhD in Computer Science and Informatics from King's College, London. He had also done his MBA in Information Systems from IGNOU and Masters and Bachelors of Electrical Engineering from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. He is also a certified life coach and PMP, that is Project Management Professional. We are happy to have you here, sir. It is our privilege to have you amongst us. And with this, I now invite Dr. Pooja Mohan, the Organizing Secretary and Innovation Ambassador, to come forward and welcome, sir.
It's my honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed guest, Dr. Ravinder Singh, on behalf of IIC. We are grateful that he could be with us to share his insights on this interesting topic of entrepreneurship and innovation. I am sure the knowledge and expertise of Dr. Ravinder will be very valuable for our students. I once again welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And I request Ajay sir to please extend a green welcome to sir. Thank you, Vikram sir. And I also invite Ajay sir to please come forward and share the welcome address.
Dr. Ravinder Singh Jhanji, my learned faculty member, dear students. इतना कुछ तो मैडम ने बायोडाटा में बोल दिया, मैं सोच रहा था कि मेरा कुछ कहने का बनता नहीं, लेकिन हमारे साथ लगभग 13-14 साल से रविंदर जुड़े हुए हैं। जैसे आज मैडम ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं, मैं भी सेमिनार यहीं पर ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहा होता था, तो मैं रविंदर जी को अलग अलग सेमिनार्स में बुलाता रहा। मुझे याद आ रहा है शायद 2011 की बात है कि इंडियन इकोनॉमिक सिस्टम के बारे में हमने कुछ सेमिनार किया था, बूम चैलेंजेस और बूम और समथिंग, and he was invited to deliver the valedictory address on that function. From that, the journey is very long. We have been requesting him time again to speak on the different issues. ये जो PMN बिजनेस स्कूल जहां पर आज आप बैठे हैं, जब हमने इसके बारे में सोचना शुरू किया तो कुछ एरियाज के बारे में बातचीत हो रही थी कि यहाँ पर हम इनके ऊपर कंसंट्रेट करेंगे। तो एरिया कौन से थे? वो जो आज मैडम कह रहे थे, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, ब्लॉकचेन सोसाइटी, मशीन लर्निंग, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स। काफी देर डिस्कशंस होती रही। एज ए फैकल्टी मेंबर एट दैट टाइम मैं भी उस कमेटी का पार्टनर था। 9-10 मीटिंग हो गई, मैं चुप करके सुनता रहा, ज्यादा बोला नहीं। लेकिन एक दिन मुझे कहा कोई है आदमी जो इन चारों चीजों पे काम करता रहे, तो मुझे आधा सेकंड लगा सोचने का, बिकॉज आई वाज नोइंग ए पर्सन सिंस लॉन्ग हु इज एक्सपर्ट इन दिस एरिया। वी इनवाइटेड हिम बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ दिस इवन बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक, और इन्हीं चारों चीजों के ऊपर हमसे ओरिएंटेशन सेशन लिया, दैट हाउ इन यूके एक्चुअली द थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन इन दिस एरियाज। बट टुडे I have requested him to act as another capacity. डिजिटल का वर्ल्ड वाइड एक्सपीरियंस है, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज का। आप समझ सकते हैं कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस को जो आदमी रिपोर्ट करता है ऑन डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी, साइबर सिक्योरिटी, ई गवर्नेंस इशू, उनकी कितनी महारत होगी उस एरिया में। बट मोस्ट हम्बल, हमारे यहाँ तो कहना नहीं चाहिए, पर थोड़ा सा अगर कोई ब्यूरोक्रेसी में चला जाता है ना, तो उससे टाइम लेके बात करना भी, और अगर टाइम मिल भी जाए तो वो जब तक ये शो ना कर दे कि मैं तो बहुत बड़ा ऑफिसर हूँ। But you look at the person who has come from the London ground to earth, always helping, and you can call him any time for any help, always helpful. And that's something which we should all learn. Having a post or not should not affect your personality. These all posts are temporary for a period. What matters more is your basic value of humanism, the basic value of helping each other, your basic value of helping the society. And he is one person who is always there to help all of us. I'm thankful to him for sparing the time. And hopefully you should have an interactive session, ask him the question, have maximum advantage of his presence. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And with this, I now request Ravinder sir to please come forward and address the students.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Okay. I have to carry the mic. Thanks, everyone, for introducing me. And when you listen to such words about you, then you start thinking, oh my God, what I'm doing. I'm thankful to Dr. Ajay for inviting me again to share my experiences, my knowledge, and hopefully useful to you, and you can learn something from me which you can use in your career, your aspirations going forward. Because before going to UK, I was a bureaucrat here also, working with CDAC, working with ministries, and I know both sides of the coin. And in between, I had a stint with large private sectors, JP Morgan, HSBC, Accenture, and all those stuff, before going into UK civil services. So whatever career you choose, whether government or private or your own entrepreneurship, whatever you want to do, the first basic things as a person you should have in you We always say, I always got Abdul Kalam Azad. I admire that person always because the humble background he came from, and when he died, he had just the books as his treasure rather than the houses or properties which other political leaders have. So I don't want to go into that, but so take any person as your motivator. So one thing is whatever you want to do is your dream. You should not sleep for long, right? That you should be awake for that. And if you have to shine like a sun, first burn like the sun. Why I put those two here is because there is no replacement of hard work. Yes, there will be some people, some persons who are born rich, who have that privilege, but there will be few only, right? I also come from a very middle class background, and throughout I had always a scholarship from school to college to back. Even in UK, I studied only on scholarship. So it's up to you. First, think of the hard work which you can put. Right? Don't think of what it will come, when it will come. Just do your hard work. Just go on doing it. And there will be a time when that will be fruitful. There will always be a time. It's not a few years back, I was watching MasterChef, and Vikas Khanna, who comes from a very humble background, as you know. And there was one other challenger who says, "कि मेरी औकात नहीं है." He used that word, "कि मेरी औकात नहीं है कि मैं बड़ा restaurant खोलूं." And Vikas Khanna was immediately angry on him. He said, "Never use that word, कि मेरी औकात नहीं है. Always that मेरा time नहीं है. That's fine. Your time will come." See from each and every person who has been successful. Take Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, or any other sports player, Messi, Ronaldo. They are always the first one to go into the nets. वो नहीं है कि मैं नेट में नहीं जाऊंगा क्योंकि मैं विराट कोहली बन गया. No, they will always be the first person to be in the net, and that's why they are the number one people in the world. Whosoever you take any, I don't want to quote so many of them, you take any life, any person's life, they are doing the most hard work. Infosys chairman, he says he was the first when he started, he was in the office at 6 a.m. every day. Up to like that, yes, here, Infosys is so great. Every day, 6 a.m., you are going into the office and coming back at 11 p.m. Think of the hard work the person has put behind the success. And when you are to do your own entrepreneurship, it becomes more challenging. Job mein to you can go 9 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever, or sometimes you have to do extra, but in entrepreneurship, you have to get the work. Get the work for your people also, whosoever is working for you, because you have to generate revenue. So if I ask you, what kind of work environment you would like to have? Or you would like to create for your employees, if you are going to be an entrepreneur?
Without discrimination.
Equal, okay, equal opportunity for everyone. Any other response?
Ensuring growth of your employees.
Ensuring growth of your employees. Any other thing which you think will come into play?
Decentralization, authority,
Decentralization means?
proper authority will give to persons,
Okay.
accredited persons.
Okay. Any other? Come on, whatever answer it is, don't feel that this will be a wrong answer. Whatever answer comes to your mind.
Government, economic environment.
And
Calm and decent environment.
sorry, you're not
Calm
understand.
and decent.
Calm and decent environment. Okay.
Higher market.
Higher market. Okay. So I will just put all of them first. Nobody mentioned is everyone was towards money, right? Was giving equal opportunity, provided something about equal opportunity, calm and decent environment. That is more important. Empathy with the people. We always say, customer comes first. I always change it. Employees come first. Because if you take care of your employees, they will automatically take care of your customers. Right? So high trust environment where your employees, your people can trust on you that yes, you will do the right things for them. Right? That yes, sometimes you have to take the hard decision, like firing people. Companies have done it in the wrong way also. Redundancies, but how you connect with those people? We have done that. When I was working in the bank, we had done that, but how you can take those employees still with you? We have done that. People who are going to make redundant, they are making the plans themselves. So that is the trust you want to build with the employee, relationship you want to build. That's where the collaboration comes into play. Your teamwork, it's not that I may be good at one skill or two skills. But when as a leader, I have to be I cannot do 100 tasks. So I have to have people who are expert in their fields to work for me and still feel valued. Right? That's where accountability, feeling connected, effective problem solving, feeling valued. So that is more important. People don't leave companies, people leave managers. We always say. Because if you have a bad manager, even if the company is good, you will not be satisfied, you will not look forward to going to work. Right? So it is, you should have that passion in the morning. Oh, I have to go and do this today. I have to try this today. If you have that spark, that passion in your eyes every day, then you are successful. But if you are, oh gosh, I have to go again. How many of you do this while coming to the college? Hello? So bring that passion, why you are coming to the college, why you are studying this course. Bring that passion, find that one thing which can click. You may not like 100 all the subjects, like while in a master's, we were doing one subject which was advanced maths, master of engineering, and we are doing advanced mathematics. And one day, one of my fellow students, he asked the teacher, a brilliant teacher, all the respect. He said, why we are studying this? Then he said, of course, it was being used in some other context in engineering, but he said, why we are studying this? And the answer we got from the teacher was, whether you like it or don't like it, you have to do it, otherwise you won't get your degree. Now, one thing is that, right? Second is, you may not realize that at that point of time, that subject may not be important to you, right? But when we went to the another semesters, those formulas, those things were being used. So if you can see that bigger picture, if you are able to see that bigger picture, only then you will realize, okay, where I can connect, where you can connect these dots. Right? You have to connect those things. If you are not able to understand yourself, ask your seniors, ask your teachers that why this is being done. Like if I say I have to make a software or I have to make a particular product or I have to make an app for people to use, why people will use it. Right? Why they will use it? You have to understand that. And at that time, it may not be like let's take a car or let's take any other prototype. A car is just not mechanical, right? It has got now a computer inside it, GPS in it, you can listen to the songs, so every technology is being used. So mechanical is one thing, ergonomics design is another thing, right? Electrical engineering, electronics, computer, everything is coming together to make one product. Even the building structure being, architect is using a computer as a tool to build. So if he doesn't know the understanding, architect doesn't know that what size of a beam or a foundation has to be for this building, he will not be able to make a building. He cannot put the structural design, the person should be knowing, right? So it is all connected. So you need to have those people with you. You cannot say, you have a software, C++, language, I can do this thing. No, you have to understand the entirety, where you fit into. No, so then we come to the culture. Why I'm focusing today on the culture. On Monday, we will focus on the design thinking, critical thinking, creative thinking. Because this is more important to build the teams, build your leadership skills. So culture, as we always say, quickly go through this. There are cultural influences. Whenever I am interacting with the teams across the globe, there are different cultures I have to interact with. The same thing may not be applicable in another country. You have to understand that. Giving you an example, if in America, in a meeting, if I say, let's put it on the table, it means on that topic, discussion is over, no more discussions, right? Complete different scenario to your own. Where it says, let's put it on the table means let's park it for the time being, we will come back to it later for discussions. So if I say the same thing in US, let's park it or let's put it on the table, they will say, what? We are not going to discuss it again. So that means you have to know about those subtle differences. There are so many of them. You can study about them if you want. So that becomes a challenge when you are interacting with the customer's client across the globe. And that will be, always we say, I have taken 6 of them, group versus individual orientation, hierarchy versus status, risk-taking ability, communication styles. Now, we will take one by one of them. Visible cultural differences, which are very easy to recognize. Communication style, by speaking, even though I have been there for now 20 years, it will still be, anyone can recognize that she's Indian accent. Right? American is different, European accent is different. Within UK also, London accent is different from Scottish, from Northern accent, from Welsh. Within that, similarly in India also, you will see, even in the Punjabi language, within Punjab, you go from Ropar to Amritsar, dialect completely changes. Right? So those things, our communication style is different, attitude toward conflict, completing tasks, decisions. So those things you can easily distinguish. Oh, this person may be like this. But what is hidden below the surface is always your beliefs, perceptions, assumptions, attitudes, which you are not able to see. Right? It is those things which you need to understand sometimes. Sometimes you have to ignore, sometimes you have to take it along. So those things which you must incorporate, learn from others, from yourself. I'm not saying that you should be biased with that. Remove that bias coming into you. So if I ask you, as a personality wise, right? Interdependent to independent, which means I am taking decisions independently or interdependently, depending on whether asking methods. So where you will think India people will be on the scale, this side or this side? Interdependent. And where you think US people will be? Independent. And where you think UK? Right. Okay. It's a very, you're quite right. Immediately you had that perception, you have belief in your mind that this is how the people do it, right? You will see South Asian countries, I put all Asian countries on that side. I'm not saying India, China, Thailand, all Asian countries probably will be around there. And all the developed economies are on this side, kind of, right? So I'm developing and developed country. That's the difference it comes.
China is also.
It's Asian country. The culture is Asian still. If you, because I have worked with Chinese colleagues, and it's the similar culture, similar to India. Well, China, Taiwan, Korea is very similar. Very, very, and it was kind of eye opener for me also. Okay. Egalitarian society or status conscious. Egalitarian is a society where everyone is equal, right? That word is egalitarian. And status conscious is where people are conscious about status or hierarchy or whatever. So where you think now, India and status conscious. Okay. And US. If I don't want to India, China, we fail on that side. It's because, yes, we are very, very status conscious, hierarchy conscious. Oh, this person is this person is this. Now, I feel it very interesting because in UK, I can just walk into any mall, any bigger showroom while wearing my tracksuit or I'm wearing any my work clothes also. If I'm working at home, I have to have something, I can just walk in like that. And people will still serve me. And if here I walk with my dirty clothes into a showroom, I think they will see me here. No, I'm not going to entertain this person. So, so those things, I'm not saying you should be swayed by it, but be conscious about it. What is, you should be conscious where you are going. That if people are conscious about status in India, China, then I have to behave like that. Right? I have to give the respect to the person. Like in Japan, if I was in Thailand also recently, last February, helping Ministry of Finance in Thailand. Giving a card is very honorable, right? They will, with both hands, they will give it and bow it before you go. They expect you read it. It's not that I put it in my pocket. But in UK, I will just go on the table. Here are my cards. If you want it, please take it. Nobody bothers about it. That you will see card. Nobody bothers. But when I'm dealing with my counterparts in other countries, I have to be very respectful that the person doesn't feel bad about it. But when I'm in UK meeting, I will just go and put it on the table. Please, these are my cards. If somebody wants, please take it. I don't want to do it. Risk versus restraint. So I will quickly go through this. Risk-taking ability. The people, if you think from an angle who have more risk-taking ability and people who are not risk-taking ability. Now, this will be an interesting one because where do you think Indian people, they are more risk-taking or more risk-taking? More risk-taking. Okay. They are more or less right. But there is a challenge here. State-wise, the risk-taking ability changes in India. If you have to go abroad, people will go through the illegal means from Punjab. They have more risk-taking ability. So from where it comes from, why they do it, right? So depending on the scenario, if it is giving them the benefit, people have the risk-taking ability, right? Punjab or northern region or from other regions also. I'm not saying that Punjab. I have seen people going illegally from south. I've seen in UK. It's depending on the scenario, risk-taking ability may shift, right? Then be conscious about that. Communication style, direct versus indirect communication. That is, if I don't like you, I can say on the face that I'm sorry, I don't like you. Or I am very indirect communication style. I will be very diplomatic in answering. Where is India? Indirect. True on that. And German people are very, very direct because I have worked with German in Roma. It looks very bad initially, but actually that's very useful. I find it easier to work with people who are direct because you know where they stand, right? I know where they stand. Same with the UK people. It's very difficult to judge. Like if you have written a product, you are making a product, or you are writing a report, or something like that, then people always say, US person or German person will always say, sorry, this is not good. Directly. I didn't expect this from you, right? You know where you stand. But in UK or other countries, especially in UK, it's very difficult to read between the lines. Yeah, it looks good, but it could have been better if you had done this. Is it good or is it bad? Where do you stand? I also do this now, but challenge is then you need to understand from where the evil is coming. Okay, what the person is trying to say, right? So you need to change your communication style as the country, as the people you are dealing with. Task versus relationship, where people are more conscious of relationship rather than the task. Right? So you will still see all Asian countries are still there and or European Western countries on this task. But again, I will put a caveat on this. In UK, still people are more towards relationship. Up to an extent, just task is more important. But beyond that point, networking, your relationship works. If you have to build your portfolio, your business, it's your network of people who will work for you. So always work on the relationship side. Yes, task is important, of course, very, very important. But relationships are more important because they will get you the business. They will get you more business, more things for you, more money for you. But relationship will bring the money. Venture capitalists, if you can convince them, those relationships will matter for you. Right? If you don't have that soft skill in you, please do build those. Now look at it. You can just be that skill you should have. If you have that skill of building that relationship with the person, that this will be useful to you, only then people will invest money for you. You may have brilliant technological idea, that's fine. But can you convince a person to invest in you, to work, have a trust on you, have the belief in you that yes, this person will deliver? Right? To build that relationship, always build those relationships. The bigger your network, you need to get that network strong. But today you have a problem, you can reach out to your network to understand the challenges. People will help you out, and that works. Now, as a leader or a manager, we always say, where do you find you want to be? You are a manager or a leader? Now, leader is one who can create a vision. He may not be knowing the things, right? I may not be knowing the thing, all the things, but I should be able to get the work done through people. So that's it. That's the leader. Manager is, he will manage the tactical work. So vision creation is leader, implementation is manager. Right? Strategy making is leader, implementation of strategy with the tactical things is manager. So that's where a leader can create a change. Right? Like elections come, new leader comes, they will bring their own people with them. Why the people bring own people with them? It's because I can trust those people, because they know my understanding that why I am doing it. And making the others understand, it may be a challenge for me. So that's why you will see when a new leader comes into an organization, they will bring their own team immediately. That's always there. Prime Minister changes, PM changes, they will bring their own team because they know the working style of mine and others. So that's where you need to understand what would you like to be, a leader or a manager. I'm not saying a program manager or project title may be project manager, but you are a leader. You can be a leader still. Right? So think from those angles that how you can help people, help others to grow. Leaders grow through the others. Like somebody said, growth opportunities, right? Give that growth opportunities for people to see that why they should work for you, why they should work for you. Right? If they see something in their career and something, it could be monetary benefit, it could be status benefit, power, and whatever it is. There is some benefit attached to it. Only then people work for you. Right? So think from those angles that whether you want to be a leader or a manager. Any questions still now? Well, if we come to the external skills, idea generation, what else could be? If you are to be an entrepreneur, what other things could be as for an entrepreneur? You want to start a startup? What else you can do? What do you think?
Communication skills.
Pardon?
Communication skills.
Huh? Communication skills, yeah. Okay.
Marketing,
Marketing,
farsightedness,
farsightedness. Any other?
Calculative risk.
Calculative risk. Okay.
Composed mind.
Sorry.
problem solving,
Problem solving.
Open-minded.
Pardon?
Open-minded.
Open-minded.
Composed mind.
Hmm?
Composed mind.
Composed mind. Okay. Right. Let's see. So idea generation. I should have that kind of vision to see that this is going to be a success in coming years. How can I fill that gap? Right? Identify that market gap Like Uber came, it identified a gap. Zomato came, it identified a gap. Swiggy came, it identified a gap. Ola, then Flipkart, Amazon, they filled a particular gap which was there. So if you can identify that gap, which can solve a problem, where people will buy in your product or a service, right? Only then the venture capitalist will invest. I can give you an example. I was working in a sustainability environment, carbon accounting, carbon credit around 10, 12 years back. It was at that time quite a hype that we should be green, we should have carbon footprint down for everyone. But people didn't invest too much of it at that time. Moreover, our product was very good, and they still doing well. But now it has suddenly come up again in 2022 because of the COP26 and COP27. That the vision is now environment should be protected. Suddenly the sustainability, carbon accounting, carbon footprint has come up again very heavily. If you can fill that gap, AI machine learning is coming in a big way, blockchain is coming in a big way. And it's the leader who will always earn the more benefit, profit, whatever you want to call it. So if you can fill that one gap and you can grow on that, and then identify the next. You cannot sit on one, right? That's where the idea generation, then innovation and problem solving skills. Like, what's the next I can do? One product may not help you sustain for 30 years, 20 years. You have to go on changing features, functionalities. Like the car is same, it's still 4 wheels, the steering, going from A to B, right? That's what car does. But now more features, more functionalities are coming into the car. Air condition, GPS, mobile connection, whatever you want to call it, right? More comfort. And more computerized, controlled of the engine, more efficiency. The car is still thin. So why they are changing the feature? Because they want to, because if they go on making the same thing, you may not buy it. Same is with the clothing. They go on changing the style so that people go on buying the things. Right? Today, one style is in commerce and next some other style is in. Right. So think from those angles that how you can keep people interested in buying your products or services. If you don't innovate, you will die. Technology is obsolete every 6 months. Right? ChatGPT has come and Google is feeling threatened because of this. And they spent 5 years building it. Nobody understands that. They had spent 5 years building ChatGPT. Right? And 5 years is not a small time. You have to sustain your team, build a product which can challenge the already established product. And make them feel threatened. Right? So that's where you need to find that gap. People are available, governments are available, sports is available. I was yesterday, day before yesterday, I was in STPI, Software Technology Parks in India. The director is my friend, so he's just talking. He said we are ready to give money to people. Whosoever wants to come to the incubation centers over there, they will give the office space and blah, blah, other things, plus the money from the government. If you have an idea which can succeed. So think from that angle, that which idea you would like to explore. Spend those times, have those discussions. Of course, sales and marketing, you need to have those skills. As I told earlier, you need to understand the market. You need to sell the product. So you need to understand from both sides. You have to get the money from the venture capitalist plus sell the product. Initially, you may be doing everything, right? Initially, you may be doing everything which is there because you don't have the time, money to hire people. That's where Infosys, why I gave examples, it was coming 6 a.m. every day in the office. नींद खराब करनी पड़ेगी 24 घंटे है सारे को 24 घंटे है किसी को जाना नहीं है listen to the speech I always say that listen to the speech from Steve Jobs at Stanford University. That's a marvelous speech he has given. If you have not listened it till now, put on YouTube Steve Jobs speech at Stanford University, convocation speech he has given to the students. And 3 lessons we gave. And beautiful lessons. They will change your life. Must listen to those kind of people. How he struggled. Person who is surviving on 1 meal in a Hare Krishna temple a week. Selling Coke bottles. And coming to the world's topmost company. And being fired from his own company. He was fired from Apple himself. If you have listened to that speech, he was fired from his own company. Because he doesn't agree with the board of directors and he was fired from his own company and started Pixar, which is the largest animation studio in the world today. Avatar is made on that. Think through those items. It's not that failures should deter you. As a leader, failure is to make you succeed. Right? Failure is always to be taken as something to learn and not repeat that mistake again. If you have that capability, when we train our civil servants, our technologists in UK, we always say this word, fail fast. Why we use that word? Because you are trying let's say, trying a solution, trying a software or a product. If you don't fail, you don't see the other way of working, right? So we always say fail fast. That is, the faster you fail, the better you will go to the next option quickly, rather than stuck to that option. So fail fast. If you have an idea, don't go on thinking of the idea, start implementing it. If you fail, you will go on to the other idea, right? It's very difficult. In India, we don't. Failure is seen as, zindagi kuch nahi kar sakta. So don't take it negative. Learn from it. And don't repeat that mistake. If you have that capacity that you don't repeat that mistake again, then you are successful. But if you have not learned and repeating the same mistakes, sorry, there is no way of success. Right? So that's why we always say, don't repeat that mistake. That is where your learning comes. The interpersonal skills. Of course, we have been talking about communication, empathy, emotional intelligence. Communication style has to be changed as per the person. That is your capability. Right? If I change नहीं कर रहा, तब शायद मैं succeed नहीं कर पाऊंगा. I have to convince. When I am talking to ministers, my style is different. When I am talking to others, my style is different. अगर मैं technology की बंदे नाल गल करनी है, I have to have that technical words coming into play. But when I am talking to people, investor नाल मैं गल कर रही हूँ, I cannot tell him the technical jargon. He will not understand. They don't have the time and mind to understand. Now that technology has to be translated into business. That how it is going to help them grow their money. Venture capitalist ने पैसा ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦਿਖੇਗਾ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ 100 ਰੁਪਇਆ ਲਾਇਆ ਤੇ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 200 ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਜਾਂ 150 ਮਿਲੇਗਾ. Everything will boil up down onto money. Right? ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ technology. If you are able to convince that person, whatever technology product, tell them what business problem it is solving and how it will grow in years. If he or she understand that, they will put the money. And people have that money to give you. When the companies have that money. But only thing is, you need to adapt to that communication style. Business requirements to be translated into technology and vice versa. So where I am communicating, I am changing my style so that I can convince them. And empathy with your employees, empathy with your stakeholders, and how I am going to help you, how I am going to help them, and it is going to help me grow also, right? So that's where your emotional intelligence comes into play. Conflict resolution, we always say it's very, very important. Conflict resolution is never avoid a problem, confront the problem. Right? If you confront it, you will find a solution. I'm not saying confront that person, confront that thing, but confront that challenge which you are facing. Confront that problem. Right? If you are facing some issue, be open with it. Only then you will be able to solve that. Otherwise, it will be a challenge for you. Negotiation and listening. Listening is very important. You listen to the people. हमेशा बोली ना जाओ, keep quiet. You see, हमेशा कहने, when you are in a meeting, give that 1 minute pause. It's very difficult. 1 minute silence is very awkward. Very awkward. If you just go into silent mode, people will be, oh, what happened? That's always to break the communication if you want. Use it very for your success. Half minute pause, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Even that becomes difficult for people to hear. Trying your communication is very difficult. And of course, your positive attitude, whatever the situation, you are going down the drain, still you are keeping your attitude positive. Failures will come. It's no success at the end. Everyone has ups and downs in their life. I had my own ups and downs, and we want to discuss that. We don't get trying to show my side of story. I can discuss both, but there have been challenges in my life also. There has been kind of very big challenge when I was almost going down the drain, coming out of it. Like Steve Jobs' example I gave, I always try to give others examples which are in public domain. Fired from his own company. And it's a big failure. And he admits that. It's a big failure in Silicon Valley. You are in the news, Steve Jobs fired from his own company, right? See, nobody would have a trust on the person to give him the money. Right? And starting from that scratch, going back into the Apple as again CEO. So if you have that kind of perseverance, strength, confidence in you, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. But that strength should come from your side. You should have people whom you can trust, whom you can, when you are down, you can talk to those people, talk to those friends, relatives, whosoever it is. Whether it's your mentor, whether it's your coach, whether it's your counselor. Like I do life coach, as a life coach, I do life coaching for people who are going, who want to improve their life or who are down the drain, want to come out of it. So you can talk to this, why it is happening. what you can do, what else you can do, what things you can do. Right? So think, have those network of people with you who can help you out. So mediating and persuasion, how good you are in persuading others, negotiating, those skills which you have. Technology innovation, goes on one side, other side is building that relation. And design thinking, creative thinking, critical thinking skills come later on. Before that, it's building your organization. If you want to be a good entrepreneur, and don't be shy to take the hard decisions. Sometimes you have to take those hard decisions. You don't have the money, you may have to ask your people, sorry, I don't have the money. What can I do? You can go ask the people, you can fire people, whatever it is. Or you can ask them to support you in that time, that phase. You may have those times, ups and downs in your career, in your entrepreneurship. Now, when we say a project, any thing which you want to, it's a temporary thing. This is a definition which we always use, with a definite beginning and a definite end. That you have a product, you break it into small projects which you can implement and go on improving upon it. Right? So that creates unique product, service, or a result, and is progressively elaborated. Like in apps, you might have seen nowadays new features, new functionalities comes in your apps. Why? Because they cannot launch it at one point of time. Right? They want to go into the market. So first product is launched and go on building on top of it. So people are interested in buying it, people are interested in using it. So take a big problem, break it down into small problems, right? Which you can solve. What is that minimum viable product which you can give to the market? And then grow on that. One is that strategy. One is Big Bang Theory. I will not launch till I am 100% done. But that is not too successful nowadays. Of course, in certain things like you are making a building, even in those people have started, you started building, some floors are completed, others can be completed later on. Right? Otherwise, the inflow of money will not come unless you have huge money which you can spend as a block, and that money is fully blocked for you. But if the money is not coming, you have to think from where the money will come and how the circle will complete. You have to sell the services, sell the products, sell the results. Only then people will start working with you. Right? And we always say management by objectives. Establish very unambiguous, realistic objectives, like the SMART objectives you might have seen, you might have heard of. Simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound, whatever, right? Set those objectives for yourself, for your teams, where you can visually see that what is the progress you are making. If it is not measured, it will not succeed. It's 100% success story. अगर कहने हो कि बस 6 packs बनाने हैं तो जिम जाना पड़ना है. मेरी बॉडी इतना नहीं मानते, या I want to run a 100-meter sprint or a marathon, I have to start practicing. Right? And practice is not one day. You have to practice this over the year. Right? So that I can. So today I am running 100 meters in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever it is, and I want to reduce it to 10 seconds or 15 seconds in the next 6 months. I have to go into the field and run every day, right? The same is with the products. That if you want to succeed, what are those realistic objectives you can achieve? What is the, okay, today I have 10,000 rupees with me. I want to have investment of 3 lakh, 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs in 6 months. How can you do it? Why people will invest? Can you give that reason to people? Right? You have to work on that. Make that success thing that how realistic is that? And what are the steps you are taking towards that? Measure those steps. If you're not measuring those steps, if you're not noting every day, why I take the example of running or gym is if I'm not noting every day that what I am doing, then probably I will not be able to see myself as success, right? But तुम पता ही नहीं मैं कर की रहा हूं, तुम पता नहीं मैं कितने हैं इस टाइम. So you need to understand. आज मेरा टारगेट है, कल मैं इत्थे पहुंचना. आज मैं जिम दे विच गया 100 बेंच प्रेस मारे या 50 मारे, कल मैं 60 करने हैं. ओवर द टाइम वेट में आज मैं 10 किलो चुक रहा है, मैं 20 किलो करना है, 50 किलो करना. हाउ इट इज ग्रेजुअल प्रोग्रेस. इट्स नॉट वन डे कि आज ही जाऊंगा तो मैं 200 किलो की बेंच प्रेस मार लाऊंगा, नहीं मिलेगा. बट यस, work with your coach, work with your trainer, work with your mentor. कितना हो सकता है कि you have to realize your capabilities. जब हम study interview, अच्छा चलो, it is slightly different in India. You have to have preliminary exam, mains, and then the interview. UK is slightly different. Of course, for past 3 months, there is 2 exams, interviews, psychological interview. For people like us who go through the experience route, you don't have to sit in the exam, but there is a psychometric test. And we have to work. Occupational psychologists work with us. In the interview, we have 5-6 tests which are your hidden. They see your leadership skills. No one to see anything else. What are your leadership skills? And what are your hidden kind of when you are under stress, how you behave? And even I didn't know that I behaved like that. And it was true, it came through that. That when under stress, I do these things. Whether I know it or not, but they gave me that opportunity to see myself from their angle. And they are very particular about those things. I was astonished by the things. Oh, you need to work on this area. This is your development area. Everyone has a development area. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Please accept that. Nobody is perfect. Everyone has a development area. But if you you do the SWOT analysis on yourself, you do the whatever you want to do. Each and every weakness is an opportunity for you to improve. Each and every threat is an opportunity for you to improve. Don't take those weaknesses. Take one thing and work on it for whatever time you think you can overcome it. 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, whatever it is. Take one hard task which you are kind of shying away. Every day take that one task. वो सारे को टाइम होगा, सारे को मैच देखने की टाइम होगा, फिल्म देखने की टाइम होगा, जो पढ़ा नहीं कर रहे हैं कोई अपना और काम करनी फिर नींद आना पहले टाइम कट जाता है ना. दोस्तों नाल गेड़ी मारने जाना बड़ा टाइम निकल जाएगा. मैं ये नहीं कहता बंद करो. No, I'm not saying that. Do that. That's also part of your life. That's important. Because that rejuvenates you. You need that time for yourself. Spend that time. If you are on a holiday, enjoy your holidays. Work hard, party hard. We always say. पर अपने थे कि ना काम करना सही करे ना पार्टी भी सही करे. जो पार्टी चल घर का फिकर है, सारा ना काम का फिकर है. Don't do that. Try to separate out certain things. Holidays, enjoy your holidays. Friends से नाले enjoy that time. But ये ना करो कि वो enjoyment वाला 16 घंटे हो जाए, काम वाला 8 घंटे हो जाए. वो ना हो. That balance you have to maintain. कि मैं 1 घंटा एंजॉय करना, मैं हफ्ते में 1 बार आउटिंग करनी है या मैं एक पिक्चर देखनी है, दैट्स फाइन, डू इट, नोबडी इज स्टॉपिंग यू। बट वो ना करो कि मैं रोज ही पिक्चर देखने चली जाऊं, ठीक है ना। मैच आईपीएल उनका रोज ही आई जाने हैं, मैं ना 3 घंटे में 4 घंटे उठी वेस्ट करी जाऊं, दैट्स फाइन। Want to spend some time, spend it, but bring that balance of your work, education, and enjoyment or entertainment. Bring that balance. जिसको तुझे ज्यादा important दे दोगे उस पे success होगी। Constraints, ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ entrepreneurship like first 3 will always be there. Will always be there: time, cost, and scope. Scope, मैं अपने PhD की गल कर रहा हूँ। जब मैं PhD शुरू करती, I had a very big उदाहरण होता है ना, I करता हूँ, so I had that very big product. UK के 9 months से हमारी first evaluation होती है कि ਤੁਹਾਡਾ topic कि जो तुसी literature survey कीता, depending on that they will see कि yes this topic is progressive, you can progress to the next stage, you can now do the full research. And they will examiner, my head of department, my supervisor, and another examiner. When I presented, it was a good idea, but immediately the head of department and the external examiner said, this is too big a topic for the PhD. He said it will not be completed in 3 years. You have 3 years with you, and you will waste your time. Or you will not be able to complete it within 3 years. Cut the scope. Immediately they cut the scope of it and put the other into the scope for other students who can come later on and they don't want to progress that topic further. So I had to cut my scope only up to the modeling stage. And they advised me, and it helped me to complete my PhD in that time frame. You have to listen to that. You don't have to add my own, my because I have to be pragmatic, realistic. We cannot time spend. We cannot time spend karega student. So think from that angle, cut your scopes, limit. That's where that apps, but why they are implementing every day? Because ठीक है आज भी scope है, कल more features आ जाएंगे, more features आ जाएंगे, no developing on top of that. But then the other constraints are this: when you have made a product, first product should be quality product, of course. Then quality should be maintained or improved over the time. ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ restaurant ਖਾਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਈ clothes ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ, vehicle ਲੈਣੇ ਆ, what we see, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਖਾਣਾ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਏਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਨਹੀਂ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, right? So you will lose your customer if you don't deliver that quality over a period. Immediately you start losing, right? Getting money out of people's pocket is very difficult. ये याद रख लो हमेशा जिंदगी। तो तुसी कुछ खरीदना है, शॉपकीपर था 1000 चीज़ां कह ले, फिर भी तुहानू पता है थोड़ी पॉकेट मेरे को 2000 रुपया है, मैं नहीं लेना। So you will try to balance. किसी भी जेब के पैसा कढ़ाना बड़ा औखा है। And when it comes to thousands and millions, it becomes more difficult. So risk कितना मैनेज करोगे, कस्टमर सेटिस्फेक्शन कितना मैनेज करोगे। नहीं मैकडॉनल्ड्स के अंदर आलू जेड़े या 20.5 होंगे चिप्स ले, तो they have to maintain that quality. If they don't maintain, you will not go to them. That's a different story. McDonald's is not into food, it's into something else. You know what actual business of McDonald's is?
They are into real estate.
They are into real estate. They're not, food is secondary for them. project question which you should ask yourself. Are you doing the right thing? Innovation, entrepreneurship, project, product, these questions will always be there. What are you doing the right? Do you have people who have skills to develop it? You have complete visibility over all initiatives that you are taking, marketing करनी है करना, कितना करनी है, budget है, tools है कि ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ, मैं mechanical product बनाने हैं, mechanical machines है या मेरे को I can hire those services from outside. Do have that capability. I don't have to have those tools with me, but I can hire those capabilities from others. Right? So think and measuring, of course, you have to measure at each step. कि मैं 6 महीने चत्थे और ये से पहुंचना सी कि मैं उसे पहुंच गया कि नहीं मैं तो 6 साल बनाने सी हले 2 भी नहीं बने think from that angle लगता बड़ा सोना है करना but you have to work hard पसीना कढ़ना पड़ेगा ठीक है उस कोई there is no second way out of it. Estimating experience, we always say there are 2 types of estimatings which you can do, top down or bottom up. As a leader, you are more concerned about top down, and as a project manager, you are bottom up. Top down is I have big estimate that this will work within 100 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh, 100 million. 10 million, whatever. And I have that capability and contingency within which I can work. But bottom up is I have all the parameters now with me. That each and every task is a know which I am going to do. And so it's a very accurate estimate that this is going to work. Right? You can hire people, you can work with people, you can ask them the question. Here our plan बनाइए Can you see के बात करे ही करेंगे वो बंदे चाहिए आपको जिन्हें कि हम चैलेंज करेंगे यस मैन नहीं चाहिए ये तो थोड़े आइडिया ਨੂੰ भी चैलेंज करेंगे नहीं यार this is not going to work you need that those kind of people who can work with you whether वो थोड़े friends relatives brothers sisters whoever it is या मार्केट तो skills hire कर रहे हो That's up to you. If you don't have the skill, hire that skill. Right? So use those skills to see and challenge your assumptions, ideas. There should be some sounding board where I can sound my idea. When we work with among us, as we say, one of us will be a devil's advocate. You have to do that. जे तुझे सक्सेस लेनी है एक बंदे नू उठा सोचना ही पड़ेगा बंदा की कर सकता है इससे की हो सकता क्यों इतना क्यों नहीं ask those questions tough questions don't run away from the tough questions जे भजना शुरू करोगे काम नहीं होएगा फेस करोगे हाँ यार या तो मैं सोचा ही नहीं मैं अपनी चैलेंज करता हूँ While using Indian government sites, I always struggle, even though I am IT expert. The challenge with the Indian sites, my friends look at NIC, she is a technical director, he's my student, he's now the technical director at NIC. I always say, System the passport application file एक page से नए question आ रहे हैं there. Come on. If you have used Govt.uk site, go on it. If you are not, probably some may have used it already. We have one question, one page. It's for a layman. जिन्होंने सिर्फ English आती है और कुछ नहीं आता. सिर्फ एक mouse down click करना और कुछ नहीं आता. It's for a person who knows English or some other languages, and it will very simple questions, very simple. We have technical writers with us who have done literature, English literature, who write those questions. ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਲਿਖੋ and they write it for us and it goes through that drum ਕਿ ਇੱਕ plain ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ simple in English language ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ that's where we do the user research ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਟਾਈਮ ਲਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਫਿਰ accessibility requirement ਤੇ digital assisted digital ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ who are that who are people with some challenging with the eyes, how will they be able? How can they use the site? We have failed the sites to come on to Govt. Sorry, we can't accept it. It is not, people with disabilities cannot use the site. And it's a so what I'm saying is, think from user angle. The user कितना comfort आएगा? I don't know. पूरी team लगी होंदी है write करने के question नहीं उन्होंने एक बार लिख ली कितनी iterations जो होके निकल गए नहीं यार बन नहीं रहा it's not making a sense to the person and then it is given to the people who are going to use it. उन तुसी पढ़ के देखो कि उन्होंने भी क्या किया and they will say मैंने तो ऐसा समझ आया oh gosh it's still not making impact. So think from that angle. Make user friendly things. जिन्नी user friendly बनाओगे उन्नी थोड़ी better output, better usability. Estimation, we always say there are opportunity phase where you estimate the things, engagement of the startup. We always say then the life cycle stage where you have the execution of your plans. And then the wrap ups agar karni hai, your product wrap up karke, your product karna. To think from those angles where you would like to, where you have the capability, understand your capability and hire the expertise or contract the opportunities with others. Audit है किसी को नहीं करना बारों हायर करो उन्हें दिल नहीं हायर करो ऑडिट करके कंपनी करे अकाउंटिंग है चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ला लो उनकी सर्विसेज ला लो कि मनु वीक चिक दिन चाहिए या हफ्ते महीने चिक दिन चाहिए हायर those services. You don't have to have a CA with you full time initially. Of course, if your company grows, you may need it. When people give those professional services on an hourly basis. And then measurement, of course, we say there are various measuring techniques, base metrics, summary and forecast, actual business calculations, cost variance, schedule variance, probability, schedule performance index, budgeting, statistical analysis. And presuming you have studied it in some classes or you will study it, right? So, अगर नहीं है the expertise, hire those expertise. तो बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि जड़ा इन्वेस्टर बैठा है उन्होंने रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, नेट प्रेजेंट वैल्यू, उन्होंने ये चीज़ां चाहिए. उन्होंने नहीं पता तुसी जमीन पे की कर रहे हैं. उन्हें कहना मेरे वालों तू 100 बंदे ला, तू 10 बंदे ला. जिदा take your example yourself or your parents when they build a house, you hire a contractor to build a house. You are not worried whether he puts 10 laborers or 10 people into it. You have given him a task to complete in X amount, right? And you want that to be completed in that X amount. Whether he does it in 1 day, 10 days, 100 days, it's his obligation. And what you have committed. मैनू एक 10 दिन चाहिए no it means right that's the commitment. So contractor is now obligated to give you that particular thing in 10 days or 1 month. Whether he makes a profit out of it or a loss, it's up to him now, right? So then he has to manage the resources. So resource challenge to adapt. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ bother ਕਰਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਘਰ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ same is the investor which is funding your entrepreneurship startup ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਸੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ bother ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸਹੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਟਰਾਈ ਕੋਈ ਗਲਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੀ ਐਫਰਟ ਸੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸੀ they want results. And it's a very, we always say it's a big bad world out there. It's not कि थानू कोई पैसे इतना ही पीड़े मुझे रखते थे कोई नहीं मिलता बैंक कोई नहीं मिलता वो भी लोन देगा तो we want a 5 years business proposal from you कि how this will be earning break even कितने होएगा कितने जाके उसी earn करोगे. Of course, if you are honest with your investors, tell them honestly that yes, you have done this, but our problem is they will help you out. I have seen people helping you out. They will say, oh yeah, that's fine. You have done everything in your work. Let's put more money because of this reason. People do that, but be honest. Have that character in you that people can trust you to give you that money again. Right? So that's the summary, which I will say, know what you are trying to build, focus on your critical path, which can impact whole of your project, communicate both sides, your team, your stakeholders, and both your stakeholders, positive and negative stakeholders. We will come to that. Who are your positive stakeholders and negative stakeholders? Stakeholders अपन यूज करते हैं who are positive stakeholders and who are negative stakeholders. Any thoughts?
Who are in your favor or positive?
Andy?
Who are in your favor or positive?
You're trying to finish the words. Positive stakeholders are who are going to be impacted positively by your change, by your product. And negative stakeholders are who are going to be negatively impacted. Example, it's, let's say, government is trying to make a highway or an airport. The land which is coming at that place, people, they are negatively impacted. They are your negative stakeholder. You have to manage them. Positive stakeholders, of course, are all people who are going to benefit by the high-speed travel which they can get, or the airport facilities they will get. Right? The business it is going to increase. Similarly, like bringing a change in the organization, you are bringing a technology like self-checkout, we call the kiosk in. I don't know whether it's here or not, but where you can go to the tail, you can scan the things yourself in UK, US, or you can scan the things yourself, pay the money and go out. Nobody checks, right? But each self-checkout takes 2 jobs, right? Each self-checkout tail in a mall, in a shop, it affects 2 jobs. The 2 people will be made redundant. So the company has to manage that change. And everywhere you will find in Europe, most of the things are now self-checkout. Only few people are on the tails who are doing them, who are there for me. Think from that angle. So those people will be negatively impacted immediately. But positive impact for the company is they are saving money. Right? So think from that angle, that how will you see those people? React early to issues, quickly come to the conclusion. That's where I say confront the problem, confront the challenge, confront it. Whatever challenge is it, whether people resources, budget, time got immediately escalated. अगर वो स्टेक होल्डर्स तक भी जाके जानी है, मेरे इन्वेस्टर तक लेके जानी है कि नहीं मेरे ऐसा करके मेरी प्रॉब्लम आएगी, because government policy has changed, it is impacting you, but those are the external factors which are going to impact. Immediately reach out to people, because they know what the challenge you are facing. Recognize your team, of course, reward them, motivate them, give them that space to work, delegate work, and learn from your project, learn from your mistakes. That's it for me. Any questions?
I have a very nice question.
Yes.
Tell them I ask a question.
No, that's all.
I'm prompted to ask one question. We have seen many kind of comparative analysis between the working across the communities or nations, I would say. When we say that we have a less risk-taking ability or these kind of things, what is in your opinion that is, or what is the primary reason behind it?
The primary reason behind why we are not that risk-taking as the Western people, one is the social security which they get over there. Social security in the means, what I mean is that if I fail, if I completely lose everything, right? I made a startup, I failed. There is some allowance which government will still give me for my survival. Job seekers allowance, they call it, or something else. So you will get some allowance, at least you can survive. And when you have that confidence at your back, your risk-taking ability immediately increases. Your medical is supported by the government. Your parents or old age people are supported by the government. They get pensions and all that stuff. So I don't have that responsibility of my family to carry over that much. Here I have to think for the rainy days. It can't do family कोई medical emergency आ गई तो पैसा किसको आएगा? Right? I have to think. I lose my job. I lose this opportunity. I have 10 lakh capital with me. I invest in whole soul of that into my business. Tomorrow it fails. How will I survive? So that immediately impacts your thinking because you have to save something for the rainy days, where some challenging days that I have to think from my family, my parents, my this, my that. So if those things are taken away from you, immediately you will have more. तो कहते हैं ना कि वही बंदा सबसे ज्यादा रिस्क लेगा जिसको ज्यादा बिल्कुल कुछ ना हो उसको पता मर्यादा है ही नहीं ठीक है ना that person will always be more initiative have more initiative or person at the top where उनको इतना कहेगा कि उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा middle class will always have that struggle because जो है ये भी निकल गया था कि होएगा so that thing if you can manage in your thinking then you can be a good entrepreneur.
That's a very good to say honest reply to what I was seeking. It's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
So in Indian context, that is little difficult to see that what you have rightly pointed out.
Yes.
So any kind of a suggestion for these young students that this is something which we cannot change overnight.
Yeah.
This is a bureaucratic hassle. But like government is coming up with the Ayushman Bharat and all these kind of schemes, where they do say that like generic medicines are available, right? But not to an extent what US and UK or European countries support.
Yeah.
One thing is that we do have large young population. So any kind of inputs you would like to say, kind of a thing, how we can get dividends out of this young population with these constraints. The constraints will be always there.
Constraint होते भी है
It's not better process over there.
Yeah, it's a slightly in different shape and form. Constraint will always be there. Of course, when I say there are constraints like this, and there are new schemes which are slightly going to benefit young people or people with the skills. Yes, calculative risk which you people need to take. When Yashwant Sinha, ex-finance minister, Dayal, when he was an IAS officer, when he wanted to join politics because he was Jayaprakash Narayan movement शुरू की थी 80s से. In his interview he tells that he wanted to join the politics because Jayaprakash Narayan was kind of his ideal, and Jayaprakash Narayan asked him, "Do you have money to support your family if you don't work for next 10 years?" And he said no. Then JP Narayan, Jayaprakash Narayan, Yashwant Sinha, first secure that, then come into the politics. He said he worked another 5 years and he got his IAS pension. Then he jumped into the politics. So one, I'm not saying secure that, but build that network or viability where you can have that circulation of the money, have that calculative risk. That's where I'm saying have a sounding board. Anyone who is expert in that area, work with that person. Communicate. If I have to start an entrepreneur, start working or shadowing an entrepreneur, then what's the challenge pata lagenge, you key face kar hai. If I have to start a shop, start working in that and with that owner to see kitna demand and supply kitna puri karni hai, kitna supply aayegi, kitna puri karni hai. If you don't have that knack or capability, build that capability. And it may take some time to build that. And don't be shy to learn from anyone. So if you can do those couple of things, work, if my startup शुरू करनी है, जब मुझे पता ही नहीं startup में लगेगा कि business में loan कितना लेना, business proposal कितना लिखनी है, और की करना है, वो किसको approach करना है, government को कितना approach करना है, approval कितना लेनी है. If I don't know those things, I need to work with those people who can tell me that. So if you can work on that and then take a calculative risk, okay, I have this money, I can invest this much, and I have tomorrow if this happens, I have capability to do this. So, पंछी को अपने उड़नते प्रोत्साहन घट भी दोगे उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा क्योंकि उड़ के दूसरी ताले जा सकते हैं. So they have that capability कि आज ये फेल होएगा, I can do this. वो capability framework का mind होना चाहिए. That's what I will say. कि measure किस तरह होएगा, कि ये challenge आएगा, किस तरह मैं risk mitigate कराऊंगा. If you can have that vision of creating that plan and successfully meeting those challenges and overcoming those risks which will come, then probably you will be a success.
I have one to ask, although on the similar line. Also, if I refer to the youth in India, so they are definitely more street smart and hardworking, who are into this habit of working hard since the childhood, and they have seen a competitive world only, so they know how to compete also. So, given these positive factors, so does the youth in India stand out as compared to youth in other developed parts of the world? What are the positives which the youth in India brings forward?
Because as you said, youth is street smart here. We are much smarter than kids over there, I would say. But the challenge which we have is I always say they are more practical oriented people, and here we have teach more theory. Giving you an example, when I hire a developer is to be hired. Of course, there is some small test we take, but then the person is given a challenge. Okay, this is the program, build it, and I will sit with you. As a pair programmer, or I ask my team members, somebody who is at the same level, he or she will sit with that person, and the person will go through the problem, solving there and then. I don't care whether the person is B.Tech computer science or 10th pass or +2 pass. Of course, there is some guidelines we have minimum qualification. But in that, it's not that you have to be computer pass only to be a successful developer. We have people with MA English also. We are brilliant programmers. So it is, we give them the, I have never seen a certificate from any person. Right? I have never seen that. In the interviews, we never see any kind of job certificates from anyone. Even when I joined civil service, nobody checked my qualification. I said, I have done this, that's fine. I accept that, but can you do this? That's the challenge. Here, I'm not saying, so that's where I'm saying, the practical skills you will come to know while working with those people. An electrical engineer here, if I ask that person to do the electrical wiring for the house, the person will not be able to do it. A skilled person who is an electrician, he will do it. So that gap is there. This person has a theoretical knowledge, very good. But practical knowledge of implementing the thing is missing. So that's where the challenge is with here. That doing the thing with your own hands. ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਤਾਂ theoretically ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ but practically ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ implement ਹੋ ਪਾਏਗਾ ਜੇ developer app development ਕਰਨੀ I have to do the app development. I have to work with person who are doing it day in day out so that I can understand the challenges, so that I can understand how it is built. Theory बड़ी पड़ी है YouTube भी देख के भी सीख सकते हो कोई problem but start working with your own hands. उसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं. If you have skill in your hand, people will hire you. इन्नियां jobs है इन्नियां jobs है. Company से कि उन्हें बंदे नहीं मिलते. तो जब market से कोई बंदे ऐड करने तो job नहीं मिलती. So that gap is there, right? So if you are able to fill that gap, you will have ample jobs. Also, अगर job ही करनी है, अगर तुझे business भी करना है तो बड़े gaps है ये, वो भी हो सकते हैं. But वो तुझे खुद काम करना पड़ेगा. वो ਜਿਹੜੀ है ना, वो जब जो पहले भी करेंगे IAS ऑफिसर थे, तो मतलब एक क्लियर मिलेगा, एक ड्राइवर होना, एक और किन्हीं कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. I was here, I had a driver, I had everything. तो कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Working in a PMO office, cabinet office करने, कुछ नहीं मिल रहा. Even my cabinet secretary rank, the top post rank, I am too down to that person. उन्हें भी अपना बैग खुद ही चकना है. कोई सिक्योरिटी नहीं, कोई क्लियर नहीं, कोई ड्राइवर नहीं, चाय बनानी है खुद ही बनानी पड़ेगी. We have a pantry. Even my boss, when he gets up to make a cup of tea, he will say, "Do you need tea?" If I am interested, I will say, "Yeah, please bring one cup of coffee." You know, ले आएगा. फिर तरीके से बैल मारी तो आ जाएगी. Start working with your own hands. वो भी चीज missing है सारे पे. Many people are very hardworking. People have, I would say, they are successful in that environment. The same people are successful in going over there. इतने ऐसी काम करके नहीं रह सकता. Start working with your own hands. कार पानी का गिलास रख के नहीं रखना होते हैं. कैटरर दे जाके भी पानी सब कुछ करते हैं. I have seen students coming over to UK, coming into weddings and serving. रात 11 बजे तक काम भी हो रहा है. I asked them, "कार काम कितना सी नहीं उन क्यों कर रहे हैं पैसा क्योंकि पता है कि सर्वाइवल नहीं होगा." So start working with your own hand. जितनी फील्ड जाना, सॉफ्टवेयर, हार्डवेयर, ਮਕੈਨੀਕਲ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੀਕਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੀਲਡ ਵੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਕਲ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਰ ਬਣਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਫ੍ਰੀਲਾਂਸਰ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਆਫ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੇਸ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਉਹ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ ਡੋਂਟ ਐਕਸਪੈਕਟ ਮਨੀ ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਬਟ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਚੰਗਾ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰ ਲੇਗਾ ਇਹ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਹੈ I have seen people here also people have worked from second year onwards with a company 3 months till ਲੱਗਿਆ after 3 months ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਨ ਲੈਣਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਈਅਰ ਚ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ 6 months ਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰਨਾ we paid him 30,000 for that per month during the training and after that third year he offered him 12 lakhs it's the work ਉਹਨੇ ਚੰਗਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਫਰ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਹੁਣ final year ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ 1.5 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ already experience ਹੈ and he's getting offer from Hyderabad for 24 lakhs and I had to say to him sorry ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿ ਹਲੇ 5 ਸਾਲ ਲਗਾ ਦੋ then go for something else so start working with people start offering your free services ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ practical experience ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ challenges ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੇਲ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ the person will help you out ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ free service ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ do that please do that उसकी कोई रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है कोई रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं है उसकी any other question no thank you
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge and insights from the real bad world outside. Thank you very much, sir. And India is at a stage wherein the new innovators and the potential entrepreneurs, they are helping their businesses in the Indian market on daily basis. And it has been since 2016 that the startups started to grow in India, which is the reason why India is also commonly referred to as the poster child of an emerging market. And no doubt, there are many reasons for the booming startup ecosystem in India, including the emerging markets, the increased political will and government support, the technological innovation, changing perception towards entrepreneurship as unlike the previous world. And with this, I also urge all of you to keep all the lessons learned from sir, which are insights from the real world. Thank you. And with this, I now invite Pooja ma'am to come forward and propose a vote of thanks.
It has been such an honor to be a part of this informative workshop. On the behalf of GGPST College, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest, Dr. Ravinder Singh, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. My sincere thanks to Principal Ajay Sharma sir, who always extend his support and guidance to us. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make this event a grand success. Thank you one and all.